Hello and welcome. It is Friday, 11th day of December 2020. My name is Derek. This is the Money Charts channel. All bets, trades of the like within each his own risk and their own reward. A little bit different in this video, but pretty much the same. Going over Bitcoin against the US dollar, there's about the same. But looking at it in a different way. In retracement mode, correctionary mode, and really Bitcoin's only ever had two big of the two. And these are the ones November 14th, 2017 to current, and then October 28th, 2013 to March 1st, 2017. And when I say those first dates, that's like 35 days or so before the top. I just decided to have a few periods before just to show. So these first days were just relatively random around many handfuls, just so I could make it look the way that it does. So some of the things of note within this, and if you're interested in how you calculate these numbers, because on the bottom is days, and the right hand side is the percentage, and what percentage is that of? Well, the bottom is 0 and the high is 100. So thus, when you're looking at this is how much is retraced within that. In calculating it, you take the log function, log, on your calculator, and you take the current price divided by the lowest price. And then you divide, again, that log function again, the highest versus the lowest. And then that gives you its retracement percentage. Okay, so some of the things of note. I mean, I've heard many analysts state before, the big moves happen at the very, very end, and when you can see how these go so high, like the last two in Bitcoin, at the start of this, how they look as they do. I mean, no exceptions here. They both broke down after below the 38.2% number, or the 38.2% in here. A lot of times, more different volatility has occurred within the moves. We had a bit different, more volatility here, and then again in here. A little bit different at this point, but as it goes, there has been a lot of similarities along the way as well. One of them is how long it took to hit its bottom. The current one, a little quicker, and its move, at least breaking down below here, a lot more sudden on this, but they both had a sudden move, making it from like the 40% number for its last leg lower. One of the differentials was the red one stayed at the bottom area for quite some time, where this one shot up, but really it had its sideways correction here. So a lot of this was correctable from here to here. I could have adjusted the lows because I did like 150, the lows. I could have done a little bit higher to make this matched with that, but that to me would be pointless as well. So those are some key things as well. I thought it was really interesting around this area here, how a lot of it was pretty much around the exact same. But what was even more fascinating to me is what's happened since, in that they both did the same thing. And a great gain is just the rate of ascent. On the previous one being less lackluster compared to the current one, thus making it to the 100% retracement quicker than it did before. And it didn't make it to the 100%, but you know what? And then this is closing prices, not intraday prices, although the highs and lows are. And then I manually put 0 in on the day where the lows were in, for the fact that I didn't take the closing prices those days. I took the lowest, as was the case with the highs. But it pretty much, I mean, I don't know what offhand what the intraday price is, but doesn't matter. It pretty much was a matching hit. And it had its correction. And it didn't spend much time north of 90. Whereas here, it's just doing some complete congesting around that 90. It has microscopically taken it out on the upside, but no. And it microscopically looks to have pierced below it previously. And again, no, it didn't take it out. It was after March the 1st, 2017, when it just went really, really flies big time to the upside. But it was also at that same time when altcoins were way overperforming Bitcoin for that same duration of run up to the end of 2017, the first month of 2018, where they were just crushing Bitcoin as the Bitcoin-based currency, where it would be beating Bitcoin by 5x, 10x, 20x kind of performances, as Bitcoin was going from 1,200 to 20,000. We'll be interested to see what happens as... I mean, to me, it's just a matter of when. I think Bitcoin makes a break above and does its thing. And it's probably going to do very amazing things. And I've felt for a while there's a damn good chance that Bitcoin is going to at least have one more leg higher. What it does after that, we'll see. I'm neither optimistic or pessimistic. Neutral, I guess, and how performance is there after that. And I think a conservative level that it can make it to 50, 60, 70,000. And that's extremely conservative. But one of the ways I look at it is all these previous moves that it had pre-2014, like 2013, 2012, 2011, whatnot. I mean, they were in low volume, and they weren't for anywhere near the amount of time. So I can't count those moves too much. So any of those boos and corrections and retracements just don't count. But what I can count within the cycle of life is the X moves that they have, and they keep on going lower. See, before you have like the 50x and 100x moves, you go from like a penny, 4 pennies up to like whatever it did, went to like $20 and all these numbers. Okay, and then it went down like 96% or 94% for a much significant higher low. I mean, that's just sick to say it, but that's pretty much what it was. And the move that it had up to the 20,000 mark, first one rather, to the 1,200 mark in the end of 2017 was underperformed in 2017 when it had a move to where it did. Now, from the break of previous high, it went from 1,200 to 20. So that's not quite 20 times, maybe around 18. 10x move of 20,000 would be 200. And a $250,000 would make it 12, and still significantly lower than 18. I think around 250, 300 makes the most sense to where the high could be. But markets can do what they do. It could hit 7 figures and over $1 million. And some people believe it will. I'm not on that camp, but I wouldn't be surprised if it were to happen. Now, what happens when Bitcoin reaches those levels, I don't know. Very neutral on if it will be able to sustain its move from that point on. People will always be talking about these tulips from way back in the day and how, it's going to be the next thing, and maybe it will, maybe it won't. I do believe in the blockchain technology. But as time moves forward, not every cryptocurrency in the blockchain is going to win. And just because it's the first doesn't mean Bitcoin will in the long end. But I'm so confident that it's going to break that 20 number, go to 25, then 30, then 35, and you just keep bringing the numbers higher. It'll reach 40 before it'll reach 50 because of simple mathematics. But I'm pretty confident that it will. Take care. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.